G'day everyone and welcome back to another How to Survive Kapooka video. This is part 4, fitness. I am your host, Harrison Miller, and let's get into the video. So first of all, here's the people to thank up on the screen now, and if you want to go check out the previous video, it is also linked on the screen and down below. So for Kapooka, this is probably the most requested topic, and it's fitness. Now, in terms of fitness, a lot of people worry more than they actually probably should about it, because so long as you're motivated to do the fitness and so long as you're motivated to reach the standards, the requirements, realistically, they're not that hard. So just quickly, we're going to go over the BFA and PFA requirements. We'll do PFA first because that is, of course, the first test you have to pass to get into the army. That's the first fitness test, and BFA is the one that comes during Kapooka and at the end of Kapooka. But here's the PFA requirements. Okay, so the PFA for the army consists of push-ups, sit-ups, and a shuttle run. The required push-ups amount is 15 for men, 8 for women. The required sit-ups is 40 for both men and women, and 7.5 on the beat test for both men and women. Those are the minimum standards for the PFA to get into the army. Now for BFA standards, I'm just going to leave that one up on the screen just so you can browse through it. Pause the video if you feel that you need to check it, but realistically for men my age, 40 and 70 push-ups and sit-ups isn't that hard. The only thing I really struggle with is the run. I'm no good at running whatsoever. But for both the BFA and the PFA requirements, you need to bear in mind that these are the minimum requirement. And you should really treat these requirements that way. You should treat them as a minimum requirement, i.e. you should aim to be able to breeze past them and continue onwards and upwards and do 100 push-ups in a row or something like that. I can't do that, but if you can do that, that's pretty good. But another thing that I feel I should elaborate on is at Kapooka, you should probably try to do fitness when you can in your spare time. And this is because a lot of people when they go to Kapooka actually lose fitness and gain weight while they're at Kapooka rather than get fitter. Keep that in mind when you go to Kapooka. You're not going to come out as some big tough muscly machine. You're actually, in some cases, if you're fit when you go there, you're probably going to lose some fitness and gain some weight. So in summary, the golden rule when it comes to the fitness requirements is that you should aim to be able to breeze through them. You should be able to get the minimum and middle requirements done easily, no problem whatsoever, but at the end of it, you should have enough energy to continue on and continue the fight, which is the number one rule when it comes to fitness in the army. Like at the end of pack marches, at the end of any run, you should have enough energy at the other end that you should be able to just pick up your rifle and keep going and continue the fight. So just in case you're still a little bit worried about fitness requirements, there's a whole bunch of resources you can use, and these are some of the resources you can use. I'll link them down below. There's a fitness app for the Defence Force. You can actually go on the actual Defence Force website and look up things there. You can talk to people who are already in the Defence Force. You can watch this video, which you're already doing, and check out the table of requirements. There'll also be a bunch of helpful links down below. So I'll link to the Defence Force website. I'll link to any other websites that I think would be good for people trying to get fit enough. And there's a whole bunch of people in this community too. Ask anyone in the community. They'll always have tips to give you. There's a whole bunch of good tips I saw from a bunch of people that I wish I had seen before I went to Kapooka. So make sure you check out the comments down below. Go to the previous video, which I'll link up on the screen. Go to that, check out, because there's always someone giving some good tips on fitness. So the last thing I'll go over is it is good to get up to your fitness using those helpful things, but to do that, you need to actually know the military form for fitness, which means I now have to do some fitness in front of you, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm going to go through the proper techniques for the push-up and the sit-up. Beep test is pretty normal, as so long as you have one foot over the line before the beep and so long as you don't leave before the beep. Easy as that. Also, I'll link the beep test audio down below because a lot of people actually have trouble finding that. Yeah, so now we're just going to go over the techniques for a proper push-up form, and we're also going to go over the techniques for a proper sit-up form. So all the push-up and sit-up techniques I'll be going over today, they're pretty much what I was taught while I was at Kapooka. Now, I had absolutely no teaching whatsoever when I first went to Kapooka, so I basically had to learn everything from scratch. As you can see, the push-up positions, both feet on the ground, ankles either together or only just apart. As I noticed, my thumbs are pretty much touching the outside of my shoulders. They're not tucked under my chest, they're not far out wide. This is probably the best place to put your arms for, well, maximum gain from the exercise, and it's also where the instructors generally want you to put your hands in line with your shoulders and thumbs pretty much just touching your shoulders if you put them up. Now the command to do a push-up, they'll say push-up position ready. That's push-up position down, and push-up position ready, you'll push up. So if you push-up position ready and you push up, as you can see, my body's pretty much straight. It's just I have a big bum, so that's what makes my back look like it's bent inwards. But basically, as you can see, my whole body's straight, my feet are up on their toes, my arms are fully outstretched, and my eyes and back are straight. and they're looking at the wall about 2 meters in front of me, and then you'll just continue with your push-ups. So when you go down, you'll notice my arms didn't bend outwards, they bended back in towards my body. That's what you want. That's what your arms should be doing, because anything else, it can do serious damage to your bones, to your muscles, to your joints. So it's best to keep your arms tucked into the side of your body. Sit-ups is relatively easy. Just make sure that you got your feet on the ground, your bum on the ground, and that you have a roughly 90-degree bend in your knees. Generally, in the Defense Force, someone will be standing on your feet to keep them anchored, which makes the sit-ups so much easier. Put your palms on your knees, and then you just slide back, keep your neck up. You can either put your head on the ground or keep it up. It's better to keep it up, so that way you don't have to put your head on the ground and bring it back up, and that way it also sort of keeps your core ready to go pretty much. So your core will already be tensed, it'll already be ready to go. And when you do a sit-up, all you do is just slide your hands up until your wrists are only just over your knees, and then you go back down, trying to keep your head up at the whole time, and trying to keep your feet on the ground and not lifting your bum to make yourself take off. And so just say theoretically you've got your fitness up to standard, but you want to know how to maintain your fitness now, or in fact you want to get better at your fitness, you want to be super fit for Kapooka. There's a whole bunch of ways you can do that. There's a whole bunch of you can join a gym, you can join, there's actual fitness groups before people go to Kapooka. I'm pretty sure if you're in a Choco group, they run a PFA every parade night, I'm pretty sure, and you can join one of them, or you can just go around and ask people, or you can get a fitness buddy. Do what I did, just someone else who's looking to join the Defense Force as well. Doesn't matter if they're going in as a Choco or full-time member. Just ask them, you know, we can get together, do some fitness, and yeah, just keep our fitness up, make sure we're maintaining our levels. And it's good to have someone there, because there's a little bit of competitive spirit comes out, and you want to beat that person, but at the same time you want to get fit yourself. So it sort of pushes you to try harder, and I think you'll find, because I found when I was doing the beat test, that when you do a beat test in a group, you actually go further than you normally do. So one good tip is that with your BFA and your PFA requirements, if you want to be fit enough to go in, get your PFA requirements, double them, that's your goal. Get your BFA requirements, double them, that's your goal. And if you can't do that, times them by 1.5. Like say if it was 40 push-ups, go 60. Things like that. It's just, all you need to do is look at the numbers, make sure you're doing the numbers right, so long as you're doing the form right. So remember, those forms that I showed before, that's the proper form for doing those exercises. You should try and do that now, because when you get to Kapooka, if you don't do it like that, they won't count. And a lot of people know the PT instructor will just sit there going 1, 1, 1 as you're doing push-ups, and yeah, not good. Anyway, everyone, that is all from me on the topic of part 4, how to survive Kapooka fitness. Make sure if you got any extra suggestions for people, any extra tips for fitness, because fitness is a thing a lot of people worry about, and it's good to have any extra tips that you have. Drop them down below in the comments, please. If you have any questions or anything I didn't talk about in this video, also drop that in the comments down below so we can address that in a later FAQ video. But until then, I'm going to see you all later. I've been your host, Harrison Mel, for the How To Life. That is all from me. I hope I gave you some good tips today. Remember, if you've got questions, ask them. If you've got extra tips, put them down below. And I'll see you all in part 5, which will be Kapookaisms. More on that when that video comes out. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links down below. Don't forget to check out any of the helpful links down below. Don't forget to check out the annotations at the end of the video. And if you want more tips, stick around, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, Sunday at 7 PM. Catches. Of baby wipes, chapstick and Vaseline. Now the chapstick part's pretty obvious. Your lips are going to crack, and if you put chapstick on them, it's going to protect them. But the Vaseline part, let me explain. Some mornings when it's really cold and you go for PT, it happened to me, you go for a run at like 6 in the morning.